This is the edge of the Alameda Park here in Mexico City, next to this beautiful building, the Bellas Artes, and there's some beautiful murals inside here by Los Tres Reyes, Tres Maestros de Mexican muralism. I think someone's trying to photobomb me. But yeah, you got Siqueiros, Orozco, and Diego Rivera inside here. And Camarena is also one of my favorites. Let's go inside. Okay, inside the Bellas Artes, here's a Siqueiros painting, and Siqueiros was always my favorite of the muralists here. Get an idea of why when you see it in person and the scale of these things and the texture he's using. You know, this is the first artists to use acrylic paint. They called it pyroxylin, and he's using it to build up these textures. He's also known to be using at this time back in the 50s a spray gun, kind of a big industrial airbrush gun, to lay down some of this. So these paintings look very modern, even though they are very old, very youthful, kind of a street art style. You can see that. That's David Alfaro Siqueiros. Okay, this is the center of it all right here, the Zócalo, Mexico City. You can see behind me here the giant cathedral that was built right here, and this was probably the quarry that they used, which is actually the Templo Mayor pyramid site. Missing a lot of stone, which was probably taken from here to build cathedral. You could hear that drumming there. It's kind of very interesting. Tons of Aztec dancers are right there dancing right in front of the cathedral, you know, because this is their sacred spot. Okay, here I am in San Angel, which is a neighborhood of Mexico City, right next to the neighborhood of Coyoacán, where the Frida Kahlo Blue House is. In San Angel, there's the house that Diego and Frida had, where there's actually two houses that are connected with a bridge. And I just wanted to show some of the stuff I love when I come to Mexico about the gardens and how well kept they are. If you see around me, I'm in a garden that's part of a church here in San Angel. And look how beautiful all the upkeeping is. Someone's out here every day taking care of this, manicuring this. And you come out here, you're in the middle of the big city of Mexico City, and you just find this tranquility. It's so beautiful, and you could contemplate all of the questions. And if I turn all the way around, I think you'll be able to make out the church there. Beautiful place to come visit, San Angel. We're here Saturday, and every Saturday they do an artisan market just down the street where artist easels are set up. Everyone's selling art. Beautiful thing to experience. San Angel, Mexico City. Okay, we're on top of Chapultepec Castle here, and this is one of my favorite rooms I've seen in my life. Ever love European stained glass window. I don't think it's gonna come across in the camera, but this whole wall all the way down, beautiful wall of glass. Yeah, beautiful thing, Chapultepec Castle. If we go back out this way, it's beautiful gardening on top of here, and there's a story of they call it the Niños Héroes. These children, when the Americans came to take Mexico and steal California, there's the gardening. The battle was fought all the way up to the top of this castle, and there were these young children that were the last ones, and instead of surrendering to the Americans, they chose to jump off the ledge of this castle. And you see this view here. Let me go around. There's some glass in the way, but you could see the whole city. Okay, one more here from Chapultepec Castle. This is the Siqueiros room. And he spent a lot of time here, as you can see. And something that really doesn't come across in the photos is the scale of how large this is. This is a pretty tall ceiling, maybe 15, 20 feet tall. And when you're seeing it in person, there's these interesting effects. I'd like to try to focus on this this corner here. As you move about, if you keep focusing on these girls in the corner, the perspective changes. It becomes very strange. I don't know if that comes across in the video, but it is really a psychedelic experience just to look at that. Here we are, Guanajuato City. My favorite views as you're approaching Guanajuato, coming in to the main drag. You see this beautiful church, there it is. I believe that's the colors of the Spanish flag, and that's why a lot of these buildings have that. You turn around, lots of other colors. You got the whole color palette. If you walk around the block, you'll see every color. It's beautiful. Just wanted to share this beautiful experience of San Miguel de Allende. You can see the cathedral behind me here. Sorry for me to use this camera. And you have the sounds of mariachis performing. Si nos dejan. You could feel life running through your veins every direction. Special place, San Miguel de Allende, Mexico. Estado de Guanajuato. Come visit. Good morning. Here in San Miguel Allende again, and last night the rain just poured down, and it really feels good to breathe in that humidity, and you feel the streets are so clean, everything is clean. Not like the streets are ever dirty here, you know, because people are out there mopping their concrete sidewalks and their block sidewalks all day, so it's always very cleanly here. And instead of looking at me, let me try to show you what I'm looking at walking through here. There's the beautiful landmark cathedral of this town, and just this direction last night there was some people set up over here dancing, and they had their music and a big speaker playing loud, and on this other side here there was a giant stage, and once the band took the stage ready to play, I heard them for about 10 seconds, because the people over here on the other side of the plaza, they turned their music up louder. I didn't stick around too long to see what happened after that, but yeah, it was something, didn't seem like it was going to be a good moment. So anyway, beautiful corners on these streets here. Look at this. This is General Allende, which is the namesake of this town, along with San Miguel, of course, St. Michael. You see the images of the St. Michael statues all through here. I'm gonna walk back inside the plaza. Over here, they tend to call these areas jardines, you know, gardens. And where I come from in New Mexico, they call these the plazas. So just a little different, but pretty much the same idea. Just might upset anybody if I say this, but I just doubt that there's any as beautiful in New Mexico as they are here in Mexico. Just look at this tile work. Wow, and the beautiful, well-kept gardening again. So, in the spirit of peace and tranquility that just reverberates off of this beautiful city of San Miguel de Allende, there's four things that come to mind, and this guy who worked in hospice care, he wrote a book about the 4 things that matter most, and he said, at the end of life, there's 4 sentences that are most important. They are, forgive me, I forgive you, thank you, and I love you. And on that note, I'm gonna sign off. from San Miguel de Allende.